And Evan, I want to follow up with you because between influencers and UGC creators, how do you go about selecting who you're going to work with? And how do you differentiate between the two?
That's a great question. There's different purposes, different individuals for different purposes, whatever the brand is looking to achieve, whether it's, organic exposure, whether it's using their content in their ad campaigns that they're
Mhm.
running. So it could have a few different, like Shayna said, working with the creators to develop the strategy that the brand should be using because they know their audience best. So I
Yeah.
think that's a really important point. A lot of brands approach the channel as kind of like a where's the ROI, where's the ROAS? When that's important, don't get me wrong, I'm a very ROI focused marketer myself, but it can be utilized so many ways. It can be utilized on the website, on the product pages, on the brand's own social postings. So you really have to devise the strategy of how you're going to leverage the content they're creating,
Yeah.
who's going to do it. Do you need big people or are micro influencers gonna, do the job, or a nice
Mhm.
mix?
Mhm.
Obviously companies with money, a budget to work with can do more. So
Mhm.
that's a critical piece because everyone wants them, but not everyone can afford them.
Yeah.
And you just have to budget a certain amount of your annual or monthly marketing budget towards this goal, meaning
Mhm.
getting the content created by the third parties and echoing the same things Shana said, running sweepstakes through them, an exciting sweepstakes where you give away a couple $100 worth of free,
Yeah.
free product to the winner, or even 500 or 1,000. You can put a really awesome holiday contest together if they have a nice targeted audience for you, and you can do it all through one creator or one influencer. But I do believe in a varied strategy, a diverse strategy,
Yeah.
using it in multiple mediums, multiple venues, and working with them. It takes management though.
For
Absolutely.
sure.
There's work involved, working
Yeah.
relationships, figuring out what's going to be done and how it's going to be tracked and all
Mhm.
of that. So there's definitely logistics to it.
And to
Absolutely.
just to add to,
Yeah.
and then to just to add to that too, like to your point, I think we're seeing too, like a lot of brands in terms of how they're partnering with influencers. We, instead of just launching one campaign, we could be looking to influencers to launch multiple campaigns per month,
Right.
right? So
Right.
maybe we'll have that evergreen campaign that's just always on,
Mhm.
and then we'll kind of niche down. Maybe it's a category, maybe it's a product launch. So then we'll have another subset of influencers that we're
Or a
working with.
clearance, a clearance.
A clearance,
Mhm.
right? Something to like push a sale or push
Yeah.
something out. So the way the influencer, I guess, and brand partnership economy is changing is
Mhm.
really happening at such a rapid rate right now because
Yeah.
the market is calling for it, because
Yeah.
consumers are calling for it, and how consumers look to their influencers that they follow to get content, product recommendations. So as brands are learning, I have to say, in my conversations with influencers, I think they're also learning on how to
Mhm.
run their business and best partner with brands.
Absolutely. And I think that's such a great point, especially in the perspective. Obviously, the influencer industry has been just transforming over years, and there hasn't been an exact standard, but I think that standard is kind of finally coming about, and people are learning more, getting into the intricacies of the industry. So that's such a valid point. Shayna, I'm even going to come back to you.